Hope you guys are doing great. In this video we're going to go over the scheduler within our system that allows you to create autoresponders and lead reactivation that allows you to essentially, in one word, autopilot your LinkedIn automation. So we've done a lot of cool features that allow you to essentially respond to clients in a way that you expect the AI to respond, in your writing style, in your fashion, with specific guardrails. Okay, now how do you actually set up those guardrails? In our second video, we actually went over the My Profile section, specifically the writing style, right? So the writing style is where you want to start. We don't have a feature which simulates the conversation between clients. We will add that very soon, but for now we have this system which adds these really good hard rules and response methodologies that allows you to steer the AI to respond to your clients in a way that actually makes sense, doesn't drift into a different direction that could cause you to lose a lead, but actually drifts in a direction which allows you to respond to the lead and close the lead in a way that makes sense. I can actually show you a few examples of how this works, or how this has worked. So we have a few leads right here. In this one here, for example, we have this lead who said he's interested, he wants to book a call. Now obviously if he's interested in booking a call, he's just gonna require the call booking link, and there we go. This lead did end up booking the call, by the way, and we didn't need to waste our time following up, because we had a lead reactivation in which the AI followed up with the lead asking, did you book the call? We did check our calendar and he booked the call. All right. Now, the next step of this process of actually making sure that the AI responds in the way that you want to begin with is setting up your My Profile tab. Okay. Specifically, the writing style is what you want to start off with. All right. This is what is going to be used to respond to leads in the way that you want. So please make sure that this is set up in a way that follows those specific hard rules that you need. So make sure you get this done. This is very important. And you have your methodology, the scenario specific guidance set up in a way that actually follows your rules and your guidance. Okay. Now, I don't know why there is this tick showing up, but regardless, I'm going to show you how to actually set these up in a way that can help the AI and steer the AI in the correct direction. So when they ask for more information, you want to fill this like this is actually not correct. We don't want to have this. Okay, share 2 bullet points. When they ask for more information, we'll say LinkedIn AI co-pilot system that finds high intent leads that are willing to purchase your product the time you need, responds to leads using your writing style, and reactivates warm/interested leads if they go dead. Never miss a lead. Miss a single lead. All right. I will actually go over this bit right here, what lead reactivation is and how you can set up your own lead reactivation system. And obviously we put this is also very true. Then when the conversation goes off topic, you can put this on, you can put this in as well. This would be used in your lead reactivation, and I would put in some case studies, some social proof in here, so that if they're interested but they didn't actually book a call, you can send something like, oh, we just got a client who just booked 10 calls this week using our tool. It was all hands off. I'd love to show you a video. You can put a loom here. There's so many different ways you can reactivate leads. All right. Now I know I'm saying a lot of words: lead reactivation, auto responding. How do you actually set it up, and what does this all mean? That's what I'm going to go over in this video. So to get started, lead reactivation is done through the scheduler. The scheduler is very comprehensive. It's got a lot of different tools, a lot of different settings that you need to understand how to use. But in this video, I'm just going to go over specifically auto-responding and lead reactivation. Those are going to be the ones that matter the most. This is a very kind of multi-step process with a lot of different options, and we want to make it as easy as possible for you to set up your lead reactivation. Now, I will show you how to get started. So you want to just start off with new schedule. Press this button right here. It will create a draft schedule that you can set up. All right, you want to enter your prompt. So to actually set up lead reactivation, to begin with, you want to make sure that you have a good prompt set up so that the AI agent, which is what this is, it's an AI agent that's going to use AI tools and call different tools, call different APIs to actually respond to the lead in the manner that you want. So in this prompt, I'm going to say you are a lead autoresponder. You will respond to leads and using business profile and the correct writing style. The cool thing is here, you don't need to fill this prompt up with a bunch of information because it's already set up in here. It will use the information in the My Profiles writing style to respond to the leads in the way that you actually want it. Okay. Now, you are going to mark interested leads as lead tag, uninterested leads as cold. We could say leads who require more information as more information required. All right, now you're going to be you're getting a bit confused right now. What is this lead tag, uninterested leads, whatever? I know there's a lot of information here, so I'm going to go over it very slowly with you guys. So once you have this set up, what you want to do is you want to set up allow tools. There's only 3 tools you need for lead reactivation, and I really suggest you start with these. You want to do leads for follow-up, and obviously you can choose the campaigns. I will actually just select all, and I just choose all my campaigns. You want to choose tag conversation, and very importantly, if you actually want the AI to send a message, you want to choose send message. This will require approval in the approve section. And then you can also do advanced filters. This is where you want to tell the AI, I want you to respond instantly. I only want you to respond to leads that we've not read, okay, so unread leads, or you want to only respond to the leads that have followed up. So you want to follow up and reactivate. This is if you want to reactivate a lead and they've replied already, they're interested, but they didn't book that call. So for auto responding, it's just going to be unread. Now, if you want to include a tag, you can. However, you can't set up a tag. You cannot set up tags for leads that are, how do I say this? You can't set up tags for leads for the autoresponder because they don't have any tag to begin with. So you don't really want to put anything here for autoresponding to unread leads. What you can do is you can put in exclude tags. These are the people that I will not follow up with. Okay, I usually set up 2 tags, closed and cold, and I can also put in lead as well. And it's as simple as that, right? It's just a simple prompt. You set up your campaigns, you set up these 3 tools, and once you've done that, you can also set up the follow-up. When do you want it to follow up? And then also the max leads. I put in 100 leads, you know, whatever you want. Days since contact. So you can leave this empty. It will default to 1, otherwise 0, which is instant response. Okay. Last thing is the schedule. Right now, this will only run every single day, but we will allow you to filter. We will allow you to add a specific schedule as well. All right. So once you've done that, once you've set up, you just save it. And what will happen is the schedule will be saved. And then if you actually want it to run, because you're using send message as a tool, you just press approve. Great. So now it's approved. And what you can do is to test it out instantly and see if it actually works. You can press run now. Now, of course, this will only work if you have leads that have responded. For example, this one here, he's responded. And when you press run now, it's quite interesting. What you'll see is the lead, the actions taken will show up in history. So you can see the full response here. You can see actions taken. So it's followed up with Patrick Purcell and Srinav. It shows the metrics and then notes on your side as well. So there's some information that gets sent over. So in this one, it didn't find any unread conversations, messages sent, and tags applied. Okay, so it didn't respond to anyone because there was no unread leads. But as you can see here, for example, Patrick, if I go on Patrick, this lead had received a follow-up and he did end up booking the call. This lead, however, has not booked a call yet. So what I've done is I've set up a second one to follow up. Now this is not an autoresponder. This is actually a lead reactivation system that we set up. So your question is, how do I set up lead reactivation? You know, if a lead is interested, how do I set it up? Before I get into that, I want to actually explain to you one more thing. You can see here, I've said you're going to mark the lead, you're going to mark the interested lead as lead tag and cold ones as cold, as well as the ones that require more information required. This is essentially a CRM system as simple as it can get, okay? So as soon as a lead becomes interested, he's going to mark it as lead. If he's not interested, it's going to be cold. And of course, if they require more information, it's going to be more information required. Now, how does that work? Why should I set these tags? This is very important that you ask the AI to set up these tags. And the reason that is because you're going to set up a sequence, so a tag. So if they're interested, you can set up a lead reactivation sequence to follow up with interested leads. If they're cold, you're going to block them from all the different schedules. And if they require more information required, you can set up another sequence for these sort of leads, okay? For example, as you can see, if I go here, if I go on my advanced filters, I can include the tags the AI has already set up, all right? And if I set up another schedule, it will only follow up with leads with the lead tag. So you can set up a CRM system with these very simple filters, allowing you to reactivate leads, allowing you to nurture leads that are interested but require more information, allowing you to follow up with leads who, you know, need whatever. Maybe they want to see some social case studies that you can provide. So there's so many different opportunities that this allows you to do. So it's very what's the word for it, expandable, okay? And of course you can put the follow-up filter day since contact, which basically means when it sends a message, if you want it to send another message 3 days after, you can put that filter here as well. So these are all filters. Now let's get into lead reactivation. How do I set up a lead reactivation? Alright, so when the AI responds to a lead, the lead is interested in this case, mark it as a lead. Okay, this is very important. What you can do next is you can create a new schedule, and what you can do with this is you can configure another prompt. Alright, so what I've done here is I've made a system where we've asked the AI, look, we only want you to follow up with the leads who are marked as lead, okay? So you don't really need to say this because you can set it up in the filters. What you do want to do is you want to ask it to, after it's followed up, you want to ask the AI to mark the lead as follow-up 1. Why do you want to do that? Well, this is going to be our first follow-up to a reactivated lead, okay? So you want to mark it as follow-up 1 because when you go on the filters, the advanced filters, so let's just do select all, tag conversation, send message. So when you choose the advanced filters, you have these follow-up filters, and obviously, you have a follow-up filter, and that's pretty good. But maybe you need to make sure that the AI only responds to leads, only leads, okay? So what you want to do is you just want to go here and you want to put in lead, but you don't want the AI to respond to a lead you've already followed up with the first time. So if you go and exclude tags, you can put in lead, follow up. What's the exact tag is going to be follow up 1, okay? You can put in this one, there we go. And it will now not follow up with the follow-up 1 leads because he's already followed up, but it will follow up with the lead tags. And of course, you can do an instant response, or you can just do 2 days or 1 day, however you want to do it. Now this is important. As I've told you, you can filter by replied only leads that have already replied, which is in this case, that is the case. I don't really need to do this because it technically already follows up with leads, and those leads are most likely the ones that are marked as lead have already responded. But if you want extra safety, you can do this as well. All right, and then you can save it. Now what should you expect? So what you can expect is once you've saved it, you can even run now, as I've said. You can press run now and you will see the history. What you can expect from there is, if I go on this one for example, the AI did follow up. Okay, it's followed up, but not only has it followed up, it's set a tag follow-up 1. Now why is this very important? Now what's going to happen is when the AI follows up and it sets the tag as follow-up 1, it will now not follow up again because it's already said, we've already said, look, we don't want you to follow up with follow-up 1 tag leads because you've already done the first follow-up. Why would you do it again? So in this way, you're blocking the AI from doing things that you don't want it to do. It's a guardrail. All right, and this is injected automatically. The AI will not have to put in, oh, I can't follow up this lead because follow up 1. Sometimes it might hallucinate and still follow up. So this is actually a proper filter in our backend code that stops it from following up. All right, now let's just say, okay, cool. What if this lead still doesn't respond and still doesn't follow up? Okay, cool. So what we can do is we can set up a second schedule to do a follow-up to. How do you do that? You can set up a new schedule. I'm going to actually use the same one that I've already got to save some time. I can put in here. This is the second follow-up. Follow-up 2. Okay. If they show no interest, mark them as cold. Boom. Alright, so now what do? Same thing again. Leads for follow-up. Send message. I'll just do select all. Now we'll do tag conversations. Tag conversation is very important because this is the only way it can actually tag the conversation. If you don't do this, it will not tag the conversation. Advanced filters. Get leads for follow-up, by the way, just to give you some information, is it's gonna get all the leads that it needs to follow up with. This is the only way for this to work. You have to choose this as well, and of course send message. Now, again, I can do replied only, but that's not important, but you can do it. Follow up 1. Now we'll only include the tags with follow up 1, and it's going to exclude the tags with follow up 2. Okay, so why is that important? Because then once it's already sent a second follow up, it will not need to respond again. And what I can do is I can choose max leads 100, and of course follow up 3. So you can use the Fibonacci 137 principle to follow up these leads. Great. So we've done this with the follow up leads. Save. Now, once you've saved it and you've ran the schedule, you can actually check the history here when it's expected to run the next schedule, okay? And every single day, the agent will tell you what it's done. It's found how many leads, it's tagged how many leads as follow-up, It's going to tell you everything it's done, what it's done, what, you know, if it's tagged it as cold, everything it's done, every thought it's had, it's going to do. All right. Now let's just say, all right, cool. So how do I know who's followed up and who's not followed up? You can go here and you can do follow up to see the leads is followed up twice, and the Unibox will filter it. As you can see, this lead, it has followed up twice already. Circling back, quick check. Did you book a call? Of course, this is super important because this is what takes time, guys. This is the most annoying thing about LinkedIn outreach. Following up with leads that are interested but don't book a call. Now we've sorted it out and we've done it in a way that's completely automated. So we don't just have an autoresponder, we have a system that lets you automatically follow up with leads that are interested. So if you have any questions, guys, let me know. But yeah, that's about it.